All right, team. You know the phrase, don't shoot the messenger? This is one of those times. People need to know what's going on. I don't have extreme details here as to the why right now. We just know the what. And that's specifically the impact that's had on mortgage rates just the last two trading days. I'll show you the trends, how we got here, why this isn't too shocking if you look at the charts. But this significant of a movement so quickly is always concerning. Some of you may remember in 2014 when we saw interest rates go up 1% over the course of a week. And it came back shortly thereafter, but there was a huge knee-jerk reaction. We just wonder, is the Fed going to step in with additional bond purchases here? Is there anything going on? My contacts are not saying that any of that is being talked about. And if this is a free market scenario where they're going to just let the free market take over here, who knows what's going on. You can see I'm in my new office, so I don't have it decorated yet. This is actually my first day working out of this new office. But it will be. There will be cool backgrounds and stuff like that. So I got my funny money bag up here and whatnot. Derrick Evans, NMLS, 155010 right there, of course. My phone number and stuff if you want to contact me if you have questions. Let's go into this. So we're going to talk about this. There's a lot of things that are going well right now. For those of you playing along in the stock game, the Bitcoin game, those things are going really well. My CCIV hit its double target today. So that's always fun. When you get a double, you get to peel off half and have all profit to run. So that's cool for everyone out there a bunch of people hit me up about CCIV. Everyone who's in that, congrats to you. We had a good day. If you just got into escrow, that's where this is going to be an issue. So for my agent friends out there, if you have a buyer who just got into escrow, just got an offer accepted, in other words, you haven't locked yet, but they've been getting payments quoted on rates from Thursday or before, we have a situation where there could be some payment shock, especially if it's a conventional loan. FHA and VA haven't been hit as hard, but they've definitely been hit. And so let's take a look at what's going on there and clean this up, my one-man production crew. All right. So these are mortgage bonds, and a couple things to remind you about this. I know this may look crazy for some people. When these prices are going up, that means mortgage rates are going down. So a movement like this is good. When mortgage bonds are going down, that means mortgage rates are going up. So there's an inverse relationship there. And this is from mbshighway.com. Barry Habib provides this tremendous service. You can subscribe to it. I don't think you have to be a loan officer. Realtors can do it too. You can see what's going on. And each one of these candlesticks is a daily chart. So each one of these represents, let me just go over here. Each one of these represents a single day. So this was Friday. On Friday, we lost about 30 basis points, 102.86 to 102.56. So we lost 30 basis points on Friday. That sucked. On Thursday, we were trying to hold here in this area where there's some support, where we held the day before. It couldn't hold, so it free fell. Then we gapped down lower today and lost. You can see it up there. It's staring at me. That number is staring at me, a hole in my head. And there's a couple of, we all know this is the craziest market. I mean, it's the craziest market I've ever seen. If you've been in the business, I don't care how long you've been in business, you've probably never seen a market this crazy. The San Francisco real estate market has transported itself to San Diego. I said this was going to happen. I've been saying this for 10 years. It's going to happen one day. There's no way people are going to continue to pay the prices that they're paying in San Francisco and Los Angeles and so forth when San Diego is obviously so much better. And that's what's happening. So we're seeing that. So if you have someone who just got into escrow, you may need to have a conversation with the loan officer. I don't know if your loan officer is paying attention to this or not. A lot of times when loan officers screw up and they don't lock a rate, or if the market goes against them and they don't want someone to go shopping to see if they're correct about this. In fact, I got a refinance call this morning and I told the lady what happened. Here's what happened with rates. So rates are higher. She said, okay, well, I'm going to call some other people. That on Thursday, that would have been, you're going to get 2.25 with no points. And we would sign up. We probably already have it locked and in process. So loan officers get afraid to talk about rates going up because they know that causes people to scatter, which is not ideal. Honest loan officers, which most of them are, like myself, we just tell people here's what it is today. Here's my advice. You win some, you lose some. So 70 basis points is a massive, massive sell-off. That's right here. This is where we are. The pain just didn't stop. It was just all day pain. Down, 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 down. Did come back up just a tiny bit at the end of the day. Tomorrow is going to be very, very important. But what's going on? Like, I was looking at Bitcoin last, obviously, here. I'm trying to figure out where the money went, because the big question people are going to ask me is it going to come back? Why did this happen? We don't know that yet, unfortunately. I've been researching and trying to figure out where the money went, because an unbelievable amount of money left the mortgage bond market. Hundreds of billions of dollars is gone, just disappeared. Where'd it go? Where did all this money move to? This money that was in bonds, where'd it go? Did it go to the stock market? Oh, okay. Derrick, obviously it went to the stock market. Let's go look. Oh, no. Stocks were mostly down. The Dow was up a tiny bit. The S&P was down. NASDAQ was down. Wasn't stocks. Where'd it go? And that's why I was looking at Bitcoin. Maybe it went to Bitcoin. Did it go to Bitcoin? Bitcoin? No. Bitcoin? Yeah. Bitcoin had a great run this weekend. 3-day weekends are great for Bitcoin because all of the degenerate gambler traders who have to be in a trade at all times, stock market's not open, so they get into Bitcoin. And I have a video about Bitcoin. I have 2 videos about Bitcoin I'm going to make in the near future. Crypto versus real estate. That one's coming. Why Bitcoin will likely fail ultimately in its main goal, but also how it's going to go much, much higher in the meantime. I have that video I'll be making for you. Is it a bad time, or should you not buy? I haven't decided how to title it yet. To buy a home in a seller's market. We know it's a seller's market. Does that mean that you shouldn't buy in a seller's market? You should only wait for a buyer's market to buy? I'm going to do all those videos here in the near future once I get this all set up. So I've got a lot of stuff sort of stacking. So the money didn't go to Bitcoin. Went out of bonds into where? Remember, bonds are a safe investment. Did it go to treasuries? No, treasuries went up as well. Yield on treasuries went up, which means there isn't a ton of demand there. I don't know where the money went, guys. And then the other thought I had was, okay, well, maybe oil, right? What's going on in the world right now? What would cause a panic or a macro concern? Well, if you have been watching the news, I feel sorry for you, first of all, because the news sucks and it'll poison your life and your brain. But if you've paid attention to what's actually happening and not listening to the opinions, there's a lot of trouble in the country right now that is totally Mother Nature involved. We have winter storms that are taking place. We have extreme cold temperatures. We have issues with resources and being able to heat. People are having trouble with electricity and heat. Our headquarters in Texas has been affected by this. Many places in Texas have been affected by this. Texas is a huge hub for business in this country. Many places along the East Coast have problems with this. I know personal friends who work in the energy sector in Missouri, where I'm from, and they are in a situation that they're working for cities who are like trying to figure out, okay, who gets power and who doesn't. We don't have enough resources to give everyone the power they need to heat their homes. It takes a lot of energy to heat homes and heat businesses when it gets this cold, when it gets below zero and stuff. So I went and I looked, okay, well, let's look at oil. That's got to be it. That's got to be it. This is just a trade of moving money from safe bonds that pay almost nothing over into the guaranteed. These have to go up. Oil, Brent, nat gas, this all has to go up in this situation, right? But not really, not a whole lot. 1% in oil, 1/3% in Brent, 6% in natural gas. Okay. But that's not really that big of a move, is it? It's not. So as of right now, I do not know why, or I don't know where the money has gone. I do believe that this movement, meaning these last 2 days here, is based on, let me try to zoom in a little bit, is based on the weather and the uncertainty, the impact that that's going to have. I do believe that that's what it's related to. However, you can see prior to that, how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 2 full business weeks prior, the trend was lower for bonds. I mean, that rates were just inching higher. And ultimately, there was weakness here. Now, what this has done is it's caused a situation where if you're lucky, like I am, and you have 3 offers accepted today or between today and yesterday, then you're sitting here going, well, what do we do? Do we lock because rates might get worse? Do we wait? How many days do we have to make this decision? If I'm a seller, maybe I'm in escrow. If I'm in escrow with this, okay, let's talk about all these situations and we'll do the timeline. So if you're a listing agent or you're selling your home and you're considering offers, you might have to now go back to those last 4 or 5 offers that you did counters for, because you're probably not countering everybody, right, at this point. Let's see. How do I get back to, there we go. Oh, that's not quite right. So you may want to go back to the last 4 or 5, counters that you're sending out, last 4 or 5 offers, and say, hey, have you guys recalibrated the rate that you're going to get? And are you okay with that? Like, you might want to actually get them to sign something, or at least agree, to recheck with their loan officer. Hey, what's the current rate going to be now? And is that going to work for you? Because I have a feeling what we're going to see is we're going to see a lot of people get into escrow and then go, oh, wait a minute, that's the rate? Oh, we already paid way too much. We waived appraisals. We did this, we did that. We at least expected to get a great rate. We can't do it. I think you're going to see that happen, unfortunately. So if you are the seller or listing agent and you're doing those counters, those last few counters, you may want to have them do that. Make sure that the buyers talk to their lender, confirm their interest rate as of today, and see if they're good with that. I hope this doesn't get much worse. I don't think it will. It certainly could, though. I don't think it will. But at least do that. If you just accepted an offer, okay, if you're on the listing side, you just accepted an offer, you're going to want to do that for sure. To contact that lender and say, hey, have you quoted them a rate in the last 2 business days? Do they know where they're going to be locking in at? Have you had that conversation yet? Because again, a bad loan officer or an inexperienced loan officer they'll wait. They don't want to have that conversation. They'll wait and hope it comes back. And then if it doesn't, they'll try to kick the can down the road in some fashion. Now, that's a bad loan officer, few and far between. Most loan officers are really good. But as a listing agent who had just had 30 offers, the last thing you want to do is tell your client, hey, we picked someone that was weak, or we picked one they bailed. So you might definitely want to do that. If you're a buyer's agent and you're writing offers, right now, a lot of people are trying to squeeze every little bit that they can. So you're going to need to make sure and check in with people and say, hey, check in, see where rates are, make sure we're good, make sure we're approved for the amount we think we're approved for, make sure we can write these offers that we're writing. I would highly recommend that. Let's take a look at this again here. Oh, did I do that right? So what happens next? In refinances. If you are considering a refinance, you're doing a refinance, you're going to do an EARL or cash out refinance or whatever, go ahead and get your process started. Get your process started. Get your loan process started, but don't lock here. Okay. This is not the place to lock. I know Barry issued alert to lock. So he issued that here. He also issued one yesterday, and the one yesterday turned out to be a lot more, I think, powerful than the one today. But both were good calls at the time, and so. But he's talking intraday, which is mostly for purchases. When you're doing a refinance, remember, you already live there. So you don't have to be in a hurry. With a purchase, we get into a contract, we might have 10, 12 days to lock the loan. So we have, 2 weeks? I do think in the next 2 weeks, we will see some positivity here. But the pain might not be over first. This could get a little bit worse before it gets better. And so as I did, with my clients who got into escrow, the most recent ones I talked to this morning, I told them this is what's going on. I showed them a picture of this graph. I showed them where rates were. This is what we have. It's your call whether you want to lock or whether you want to wait. But I personally, think it'll get better, but I could be wrong. So I do believe this will improve. I do think we need the storm situation to subside, because I think there's something about that is really scaring the market, spooking the market. And maybe it's something we don't know about yet. Maybe this is much worse than we think. Maybe there's something else and this is covered for. I don't know. But it ain't pretty. And this is about as bad as it gets. The pain just wouldn't stop. I mean, it was just over and over, just all day. Every time I looked at it, just bam, all day. And it wouldn't quit. And I was just waiting for that moment. Let's have a turnaround. Oh, how about this level of support? Maybe it'll hold. How about this level of support? Maybe it'll hold. Nope. Next level of support is much lower than where we are right now. Another 25 basis points we could lose tomorrow easily. So be careful out there. All right. I don't know what's going on exactly or why this is happening yet. I think we will find out. Remember, the bond market is much, much bigger than the stock market. The bond bullies and the big bond guys, they know more information. They're the ones who really have all the insight on Wall Street. So if something big and bad is going to happen or has already started to unfold, they would be ahead of it. Now, why you would get out of the safety of bonds, maybe it's good news. Maybe there's some good news with stocks. Maybe there's some good news with Bitcoin or something like that that's going to happen and money could be rotating. I just haven't found where the money went yet, so I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is this: don't panic, but do your due diligence, be on top of things, okay? Know your market, know what's going on, and especially for listing agents who are sifting through 30 and 40 offers, you need to make sure that those people have checked in with their loan officer. Those buyers have checked in with their loan officer as of today. Or today was the real bloodbath. Today was the 70-point massacre. That's today, right there. And so today they need to check the pricing and see what the rate looks like and make sure that they're still happy with the payment. With people paying this much above appraised value, people, we're going to writing offers in this competitive market to win. The people who are winning these offers are people who are going nuts. So if something turns another thing, oh, we had to give up the appraisal and we had to give up this and we had to give up that, and the rate's going to be 0.5% higher, which is about what this equates to. About 0.5% higher in 2 days. That's not fun. That doesn't help anything. I know, some people might think, well, hey, maybe this will help soften the market a little bit. Very well could. Very well could. That process, though, is painful. What that process looks like is all of a sudden, offers start getting accepted. Oh, wow, it's easier to get offers accepted. Oh, wow, offers are getting accepted again. Oh, we're all playing real estate again. It's not the FU game anymore. We actually get the chance to get an escrow. Well, that is the way it would look first. That's how it would start. Is offers would start getting accepted because the buyers have not realized what's going on yet. I don't think that's what's happening, but if it were, that's how it would look. So we just need to make sure everyone's educated, make sure that people know what's happening. As soon as I figure out the why, I'll let you know. But today was a tough day. It was a brutal day. Hey, on the bright side, we do have the fact that rates are still in the twos. How about VA rates are still in the twos? You can still get mid twos, mid to high twos, let's say, for VA. That's still really good. Same thing with FHA. And maybe, conventional is now going to be in the threes. Twos and threes is where we're at. This is nothing to panic about. This is nothing to freak out about. This is still really, really good. So let's keep that in mind. Now, will everyone be able to refinance? Where literally everyone can refinance and save money? Probably not. Though, that situation may be gone for a second. But if I'm right, and sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, this will rebound and we will come back up to this area. I think it's pretty safe to say, I would say it's safe to say we'll probably retest this number here, which is, let's see, 101.85. So 85 to 50, so 65 basis points higher. I think we will test that for sure. I don't know how long it'll take to get there, but I'd rather lock there than lock here. So for me, if it were my money, if it were my house, I wouldn't lock today. But Barry is smarter than me, so let's not forget that. All right, share this video with your friends if you want to help make them smarter than everyone else, or if you know someone who's buying a house, you know somebody who's refinancing, make sure you share this with them so that they know what the heck is going on. A lot of people won't provide this information, or they won't at least provide the detailed information when it's pertinent. So if that's the case, let's make sure they're informed. Let's make sure they're smarter than everyone else. Share this video with your social media handles as well if you like. Send me questions, comments. I love it. I'm going to get back to work. I got a lot to do. I appreciate your time. I hope it helps.